fill up your sink with some warm water and shampoo. You're going to take your wig and you're going to work it back and forth through that water and the soap, making sure it's nice and clean. You're going to maybe open it up. You're going to look at the inside of the mesh. So there's the mesh, and give it a gentle wash in there. That is where it will be a little bit soiled, oil, dandruff, some loose hairs that you've shed. So this is where we want to give it a good cleaning in here with being very gentle with the mesh and the sewn in part. On the outside is where you're going to have some hairspray and product. So again, this is just a loose rinsing, working it through the shampoo, giving it a light sort of work with your hands, and then you're going to rinse it out. So once you've shampooed it, you may need 1 or 2 shampoos. After that, you're going to take it and you're going to rinse. So you pull the drain, you're going to rinse it really well. When you're done with the rinsing, you're going to grab a towel. You take a towel out, you place it on your chair or wherever. You're going to take your wig, it's wet, and you're going to just roll it up like a delicate sweater. So there's your roll, and then you're going to gently squeeze to remove excess moisture until you're done, and then you're going to go to blocking and styling a wig. For blocking a wig for styling, you would be using a canvas block. We do not have a canvas block. We're going to be using our mannequin. But after you've washed your mannequin and now you want to go in and style it, again, you have the back, and then you have the 2 ear tabs, and then you have the front hairline. You're going to take this, slide it on. You're going to find the ears to make sure it's centered. I've got it on both sides. I want to move that hairline down. I'm going to push this out of the way so she can see, and I'm just going to roughly sort of adjust it so where it would be sitting. So I want to make sure, again, the ears, I've got the 2 pieces that they're matching. So she's not crooked like this as I'm styling. I want to make sure I'm matching on the front of the ear and the front of the ear. I'm going to make sure that she can see and she's got her bangs placed properly. And then I'm going to go in. I'm going to use my T-pins. So my T-pins, I want to put 6 T-pins in. Here's my T-pin. I want to go in the temple. I'm going to push it in. And I'm going to push it in here. I'm going to go into the ears. I want to take 2 T-pins here. So I'm going to go right in front of the ear and in front of the ear. I could not do this to a styrofoam head in the way of styling it because the styrofoam is not strong enough. So I need an old mannequin head. It could be a shaved down one or a canvas block. So I've got the strength in order to go in and do some styling to her. Whether I'm perming, coloring, blow drying, setting it, I want to make sure that it stays. There is a sort of rule of thumb here for putting your pins in. When you want to find your pins and to make sure it's secure, we always want to follow the 6 pattern. So it is 2 in the front. I just need to get this one in here. So 2 in the temples, 1 on each side, 2 right in front of the ears, 2 at the nape, 3-inch line right at the bottom at the nape area. That way when I finish styling, I don't have to wreck the hair. I can actually go in and find where those pins are and remove them safely without wrecking the hair. But that is how you correctly block a wig to prep it for any service or styling. So again, we have 2 in the temple area, 2 in the front, right at the ear, 2 at the nape at the very bottom. We'd like to measure for a wig, so we have our measuring tape that we're going to use. We're going to go around and you would measure the circumference of the head all the way around. So I've gone all the way around the widest part of the head. Then I would also go in and I would measure from ear to ear. So I want to take this tape measure and find the top of the ear to the top of the ear. Make sure you're going over that balance point. And then I'm going to go from the center front to the center back, from the hairline to the nape, and measure that. So I have got the circumference all the way around, top of the ear to top of the ear, and down center front and center back. With those 3 measurements, I would be able to submit those measurements and get a custom-made wig that would fit the client better. This is when we want to put a wig on a person for doing a theater production, a play. We took the hair, we twisted it up. So I've already done the sections here, but I broke it up into sections, twisted around my fingers. I want to anchor this down. Again, this is just to pin the hair out of the way to put the wig on. So I'm going to crisscross my pins. I have done 1 on the side of each one on each side, one on the top, 2 in the crown and 2 in the nape, so I know I have that to secure it to. I'm going to take my mesh. I'm going to go in with my mesh and I'm going to secure the mesh. The mesh is really just going to hold the hair into place. You can use a pantyhose if you would like, or you can use the bought mesh. We're going to take this down, tuck this hair in, over and around. I'm going to put this up here. I'm going to make sure all the hair is up and in. It's a little loose. I want to make it tighter. So this is where I'm going to take my hairpins. I'm going to pull this and push it up in here. I'm going to take in the opposite direction, pull up here, make this a little bit more snug in this area here. And then I want to secure it also around the hairline. So I pull it a little bit tighter and push it in. I'm going to pull it tighter in around here to get it nice and secure. When I'm done, I'm going to take my wig. I'm going to place it on here. So this would have been already styled, this wig. Here's the back of the wig. I've got the 2 spots on each of the ears so I can feel the sides. I'm going to take this, slide this on. 2 tabs right here. So I'm going to go like this, 2 tabs right here. Make sure she's on, and then I want to secure it. So again, I want to take my hairpins, not bobby pins. I'm going to find my one spot here where I had my little bun. I'm going to go up and inwards. I'm going to do the same on the other side. So I'm going to find where that bump is. So there, up and inwards. I'm going to secure it on the top, up and inwards. So in, hook, in with my pin. Everywhere I have a little button or twist, I want to go in and anchor it, so that way that wig is staying on the head. So in a theater production, they can do cartwheels, they can get their hair yanked, it's not coming off. If it's not secure, it's not going to stay. Then you would adjust that hair for the person to make sure that it looks good. And off they go to do their scene. You would want to take pictures of how that hair looks every time, because you want to have it the same if you're doing a production. That should look the same in every shot that they go back and do. So if they need to do any retakes or anything, you got to make sure that it is consistent. So in other words, you don't want to have the part here and then they need to go do a retake and also the parts on the other side. You want to make sure that in this scene, they have the hair looking exactly the same. So you would have pictures of your work and you'd go back and check it every time to make sure it's staying consistent. And that would be how to secure a wig for doing a theater production. So again, twist, crisscross your bobby pins, then put your mesh on top, whether it's pantyhose or a bought mesh, pull it tighter to keep that hair in nice and tight, and then secure your wig. If you wanted to, you could also leave a little bit of the natural hairline so it looks more natural, or the more expensive wigs will have a mesh with a delicate hairline so it also looks more natural. And you might be using some of the spirit gum to get it to adhere so that it looks like a very natural hairline. And that would be putting on a wig.